Hey, it's James. Today I want to talk about forest bathing and how hugging a tree could save your life. Or at least make it a little better. Okay, so by now we've all heard the common wisdom about how healthy it could be to connect with nature. Whether it's a walk in the park, a hike on a wooded trail, or an insane 5-month through hike pilgrimage. But have you ever wondered why that might be so? Sure, there's the obvious stuff, the fresh air, the exercise, the sunshine, but I'm a curious fellow and a bit of an esoteric science nerd, so I did a little research. As it turns out, science has also been curious about this topic of late, and they've discovered a few answers. First of all, here's a short list of all of the health benefits that have been correlated to spending some time, in some cases even 10 minutes, in a natural setting. Boosts the immune system, lowers blood pressure, reduce stress, improve mood, which if I had less stress, I guess my mood would be improved. Increase the ability to focus. Accelerates recovery from illness. Increase of energy level. Improves sleep. Better vision. At least in studies with kids, it might be too late for me. Improves short-term memory. Where was I? And lowered blood sugar. I think we can all agree that any one of these would be beneficial if you're already going out and spending time in the woods, and like spending time in nature like we do. But I'm looking at this list and thinking I could use improvement in every one of those areas. So let's take a look at how that happens. First, let's look at the one that we all think about after exercise and fresh air, vitamin D. How does that happen? All right, so most of us have heard that other than a few rare food items, our vitamin D comes mostly from sunshine. This is not new to most of us, but do we really know how that happens? Well, I did a little digging, and here's what I found out. First of all, the primary component that your body uses to convert into this specific form of vitamin D, which I'll just put something up here that tells you what that's all about, is UVB, ultraviolet B rays. Now, these rays are blocked by atmosphere, sunblock, clothing, trees, you get it. We tend to try to block them because they also are the rays that tend to burn our skin. So we want the good and we want to avoid the bad. How do we do that? Well, there's some guidelines. Here are 4 factors that you're going to want to take into consideration when you're trying to figure out how much time you're going to spend in the sun. Time of day, where you are, color of your skin, and how much area you're exposing. So time of day is important because the things that one of the things that blocks the UVB rays is atmosphere. The sun's lower in the atmosphere, there's more atmosphere for the rays to get through, it's going to block more of the UVB rays. So it's going to take you longer to get the amount that your body needs to convert into its 10 to 20,000 units of vitamin D, blah, blah, blah. Where you are is also a critical factor because obviously if you're closer to the equator, you're getting more sun. It's more direct and more high overhead, so you're going to get more direct rays than you will if you are closer to the poles. And you'll also obviously have more time over the year exposed. The color of your skin, also a huge factor. The paler you are, the easier it is for you to burn, the less time you need. The darker you are, like a mocha latte, the more time it's going to take. And also the amount of skin exposed. It's recommended that you choose the largest patch. For most people, it's the back. That might be a little hard for backpackers. So it's going to be different for everyone. The general rule of thumb is spend half the amount of time it takes you to burn. I'm not suggesting that you do an experiment and figure out how long it takes you to burn, but you know, if you're a sun-tanning kind of person anyway, you probably already know. So how are we as backpackers going to get this in? Well, my strategy is going to be lunch breaks, midday, shirt off, soaking it in. Look out, ladies. I'll probably want to spend about an hour. I mean, probably as much time as I can. I can spend a lot of time in overhead sun before I start to burn. Probably around 2.5 to 3 hours. So I'm gonna take like an hour break and soak it up when I can, and that's gonna be my vitamin D spa experience. Okay, new day, new location, new wardrobe, moving on. So we've talked about the sunshine vitamin. Let's move on to something that you may not be as familiar with. The forest vitamins, phytoncides. Which now that I think about it, sounds like something out of Fight Club. Phytoncides, which literally translates from the Latin into plant exterminate. Yes, insert Dalek joke here. Are airborne antimicrobial, allelochemic, volatile organic compounds that trees and other plants release into the air as a way to fight off disease and harmful substances. They are part of their natural immune systems, and studies have shown that inhaling these chemicals while walking through a forested environment, or really any natural aromatic environment, has beneficial effects on our own immune systems. Japanese scientists have been looking into this for years and have coined the term Shinrin-yoku, which means forest bathing, to promote regular immersions into natural environments specifically for its healing qualities. I will link to some of the articles and research papers that I found while researching this subject. I'll do that below here if you're interested in digging deeper into this science, but here's the brief version. Basically, when we breathe in these chemicals, our bodies respond by increasing the level and activity of NK cells, which are a part of our own immune system. These cells, which are called natural killer cells,
how cool is that?
Are a type of white blood cell that aid in killing tumor and virus-infected cells. And apparently, these effects can last up to 30 days, even after just a 2 or 3 day trip into the woods. And that's just the initial effect. There are tangential effects which spread from there that are still being researched. So maybe that's why tree huggers are so damn happy. Where's a tree? Even better news is that you don't need to trek necessarily into the backcountry to get good results. Studies are also showing that even just regular walks through a wooded park, a nearby nature trail, even a rose garden can have beneficial effects. It also seems clear that inhaling the diffused essential oils of trees and certain plants can also have these same beneficial effects. So get you some doTERRA cedar oil and breathe deep. So yeah, I'm kind of looking at this through hike as a 5 to 6 month spa retreat, and boy does my body need it. So strap on your shoes, grab a bottle of water, get out there, inhale deeply, and get you some phytoncides. See you out there, hikers.